Hello there, and a very, very good evening. My name's Sean Ryan. You're watching my favourite show of the week. It is, of course, the Planet Cruise TV show. Do you know, just thinking, 8 years ago, I'd never been on a cruise. Thought about it, shall I, shan't I? Took my first cruise. I've now been very lucky I've been on 21 cruises. I've just booked my 22nd. Once you've done a cruise, that's all you want to do, believe me. And we've got 6 amazing offers tonight with savings of over £1,100. And we're going to take you right the way around the world. And I'm joined by a great friend of mine, Justin's back with us.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah,
good to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Great show lined up.
Do you know, I'm really looking for prices, places, and fantastic refurbs. There's some ships that are just unbelievable. They're amazing tonight.
And for those of you that don't know Justin, you're the man for the show because you worked on the ships, didn't you?
6 years. You know what you say about, when you go cruising, you never do anything else. For 6 years, I lived and breathed cruises. So a lot of the ports that we're going to be talking about tonight, I've got first-hand experience where I've actually been there, done that, and bought the T-shirt.
I tell you, honestly, it is a great life. So without further ado, we're gonna move on to our first cruise. Actually, just before we do, you might have never booked through Planet Cruise before.
Slightly different number, slightly different process.
But the great thing is, Planet Cruise can find us any cruise, can't they?
I was just going to say, it's the experience that really counts. Because, you can have a look online, you can have a look on a brochure, you can even phone up your local travel agent. We are not travel agents. We're the UK's leading cruise channel when it comes to a lot of the cruise lines that we're actually working with tonight. We're top agent, so you don't get to that sort of status. And the reason being is because we've got the key people. I've worked at sea. I know a lot of the guys down at the offices. They've all, if they certainly haven't worked on board a cruise ship, they've travelled. And that's the thing you want to know, right, where do I need to go?
And also, you want to make sure that every aspect of your holiday, not just the actual cruise itself, but every aspect is superb. And your customer service rating is always really high, isn't it?
Massive, and especially with this day, with the internet, to get that satisfaction level, I think it's 96% at the moment.
It hovers around 96%. I've even seen it up to some weeks up to 99, 100. So
but
it's really
in this day and age where people are just, just click, 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 just leave their comments. I think that's just a testament. And people that book with Planet Cruise, they come back again and again and again.
Well, should we get started? So sit back, relax. I know a lot of you look forward to your Tuesday evening. So we're going to start off with an amazing offer from Thomson, actually. Now, Justin and I were saying this is the first time ever that we've actually had a cruise around the fjords from Newcastle. Yeah,
I know. This is the great thing. And I've only spent one day in Newcastle. I want to spend a night there. I want to see more. And it's a fantastic way, especially if you, A, don't like flying, B, can't fly for whatever reason, and want something different, because going out of Newcastle is going to be an experience in itself. And the ships are fantastic. They're classic cruise ships that, of course, have been refitted to high standards. So you can see all the modern luxuries that you'd expect to get with cruising, but it's that family feel. Thomson really do capture it, that the staff that are on board are really helpful, are really friendly, and the people that you'll meet as well, they're like-minded. It's not a case of, it's all sort of 6 stars, or I'm not too sure about it. No, you'll go and do shuffleboard, you'll go and do deck quoits, and you'll meet new friends.
And you might have an odd drink or two with your friends on board, because we're actually giving you an all-inclusive package here, which is it's a free upgrade to all-inclusive.
Free upgrade, yeah. That's not just the only upgrade that we've got this evening. We'll mention that on the second cruise. But the great thing is here you've got a great cruise line, great standard of service and quality, and look at the price. You've got 7 days around the fjords at a fantastic time of the year as well. And you're going to be... Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, and that all-inclusive package could save you an absolute fortune.
Well, at the end of the cruise, you don't have a bill. I know what you're trying to say. You've got to enjoy yourself, haven't you?
So from Newcastle, I mean, that's great for all of our lovely northern viewers. If you don't want to cruise out of Southampton, this is a real rarity to cruise out of Newcastle.
I'd actually go up the night before, see whether the guys, when you phone up and speak to one of the guys and book your cruise, see whether they can book anything else, because there's so much to do in Newcastle. You've got the wonderful Sage Armadillo, you've got the Roman fort there, you've got Hadrian's Wall, you've got the Time Bridge, you've got the Millennium Bridge, there's loads to do. Anyway, I'm moving on. We've got a day at sea, and then you're going to cross into Norway. Now, this is into one of the biggest ports. And when I say biggest ports, for scenery, you can't go wrong with the fjords. It's so crisp, it's so clear, and Flam is known for its railway. You're going to take in these breathtaking scenes, 3,000 feet in altitude that you're going to climb, and you've got to do the railway.
I've got to say, the views from your carriage, they are spectacular. You do have to book this in advance, don't you?
Yeah, this is not included. You've got to book it, and I would say book it in advance, because you'll get on board, all the space will be gone, and then you'll be kicking yourself. You know, it really is worth doing. You can actually go on a tour. You know, if you book the excursion, you can go on a tour on the steepest hills in Norway, and you go around 13 hairpins, climbing 3,000 feet up to the railway, and you've got these wonderful, breathtaking vistas up there. So, you know, snap away.
Honestly, the Fjords are one of my favourite destinations now. Now, we're moving on to Skulden, isn't it?
Skulden, yeah. This has actually got one of the oldest stave churches. This is a fantastic old wooden church. It really is one of those examples that you just, you know what, whether you're into history or not, you've got to go and have a photograph with it. You've got to go and see, you know, a little bit of the culture. So, you know, dating back to the 12th and 13th century, you've got some fantastic waterfalls as well. Just a lovely little stop off. The next port is one of my favourite Norwegian ports. It's Bergen. Now, I've got to mention this. One of the great things I said about price and the fact it's all inclusive. Norway is quite expensive for sure.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah.
So you're going to go back to your cruise ship, and you're going to have all of the food and drink on board there. You don't have to worry about spending anything ashore. You've got to go up the Vernacular Railway up into the forest. In fact, you can just see
this picture.
See the lights. Around the harbour, you've got these beautiful coloured buildings. So the bright colours, great fish market every week there, and definitely a really, really good place to go out and just get lost in. And
I'd say when you're up there on the Vernacular Railway, the views again are just spectacular. June's a really nice time for the Fjords as well. Then we've got one final port, haven't we?
Yeah, we're going to go into Olden. Now, this is actually a smaller port. There's only a few hundred people actually in the village. This is very much one of the summer towns that the Norwegians go to in the summer and then retreat in the winter. But it's beautiful. It's breathtaking. One thing you've got to do, got to go to the Bristol Glacier. Not the Bristol, Brixton Glacier. Slightly bit different down there. I can say I'm Wiltshire born and Wiltshire bred. But no, the glacier is absolutely astounding. Whether you actually go up on the glacier or whether you just go and see it, it's fantastic to go and see.
They're quite fascinating things, actually. They're really blue as well. The colour of them's really quite strange, isn't it?
And it's just the sounds as well that come out.
Yeah.
Just the cracking, because they're constantly moving at a very slow rate. But yeah, it's just what a great cruise. Norway at this time of the year, brilliant ship, great price, and that all-inclusive package as well. Perfect way to start tonight's show.
Well, we do expect this one to be super popular, so we often get a lot of emails and requests from our northern viewers for cruises from the north, and this is a really rare opportunity to cruise out of Newcastle with Thomson. And all of their new sailings are available now for 2017, by the way. So this is what's included tonight: a free upgrade to all-inclusive. And I know sometimes I go on a bit too much about all-inclusive, but for me personally, for many of our viewers, it does make a difference. It's just nice not to worry about a bar bill, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just that, you know, you can sit down, you can relax.
New for summer 2017, this one. And so all of the summer sailings for 2017 are now available. Oh, I've got to mention as well, with Thomson, all of your tips and service charges are included, so you really don't have to worry about spending anything on this one, do you?
Joe, I've got to say, if you've just tuned in tonight, you know, perhaps you've been watching, before, and you're like, I haven't been on a cruise before. This is a great little cruise. Sailing from the UK, great value and great ship to start off with.
Don't forget, it's a free phone number. The call centre open. Is it 11 o'clock tonight, Justin?
Yes.
They normally open a bit late, don't they, on a Tuesday? So don't forget, it's a different phone number from the usual Ideal World number. But talking of phone numbers and phone calls, we're actually going to the phone lines right now, and we've got... it's Glenn, our friend Glenn.
Len?
No, Glenn.
Oh, sorry, I said Len there.
Len, that's my brother.
It is Glenn, isn't it? Hello, mate, I can see your picture. There it is. How are you doing, Glenn?
I'm all right. How are you guys? You okay? Busy show?
We've got a brilliant show tonight, yeah. But I think you're going to be very busy in the call centre. So, Glenn, what have you got for us? Have you got something special? Or?
Yeah, we've got something a bit different. We featured one of these last week, and the phones absolutely went off the hook, and sold out very, very quickly. We've got one of our secret river cruise deals. Now, as I said, we featured one of these last week. This is a different one. 29th of July, 7 nights, departing from Nuremberg on this one. We can't tell you the actual name of the vessel or the company. That's a secret. That's when you phone into us. The best thing about this one, guys, we've got the river views starting at just 798, but I would really, really recommend upgrading to the French balcony for 995. Fantastic opportunity there.
Glenn, for a river cruise, that is exceptional, isn't it?
But Sean, it gets better. It gets better. Prices include return flights from London. You've got all your meals on board. Complimentary house wine, which is worth thousands to you, Sean, I would have thought. Local beer, soft drinks with lunch and dinner. Also included on there is all your excursions, your tips, and overseas transfers as well.
Oh, my word. And hang on, and the date was, it was peak season, wasn't it? Was it July?
Yeah, peak season, 29th of July, 7-night cruise. Really, really nice ports of call all the way through Germany, all the way through the Rhine, into Bonn, and then finishing up and flying back from Amsterdam.
Seriously, that is... I've not done a river cruise yet, and that's actually... I'm thinking I need to book that one.
I was going to say, you need to get converted. You'll love it.
Yeah, as I said, we did this package last week and absolutely flew one of these, so I think it's going to be really, really busy again tonight.
Did it sell out last week? Did it sell out?
Yeah, it sold out really, really quick. We had a few dates, which was great, but literally for tonight and the next day, it just went crazy.
Right, so our regulars and our newbies, they need to book that tonight, yeah. Will you tell us what it is if we ring in? Will you actually
Maybe.
What ship it is? I'll go on. Will you?
Yeah, we probably will, yeah. But if they call in, as I said, it's a great deal. Really, really 4- or 5-star company there. So I think you'll really enjoy it. And as I said, we've got it there for you if you want to call in, guys.
That sounds amazing. Yeah. That's
Brilliant.
really good, Glenn. Thank you so much. I can hear the
No
phone
problem.
lines in the background and people talking already. So I'll let you get back to taking those busy calls.
Have a good show.
Thank you, Glenn.
Take care.
That was really seriously.
And you've got to remember, that's a river cruise
know.
for that price. So,
And so
that's
much
really
included.
good.
That is seriously. And please do not delay on that one. I was going to use the word procrastinate. That's a bit big for me, but don't delay on it. Right, we're going to move on to a cracking deal now. We've got such a good show. So MSC. Now, inside cabins are great. Ocean view are lovely. This is for a balcony.
Yeah, this is for a balcony, and I do believe as well you need to book quickly on this one because we've already had some of the dates been going today. This is really fast selling, so get in early on this one. MSC is a brand, fantastic, you know, Mediterranean shipping company. It really is about that Italian flair, that Italian passion. The ships are fantastic, and well, if you love your Italian food like I do, then you'll absolutely love it.
Well, here's your older brother Keith to tell us more.
The Aponte family has been navigating the oceans for over 300 years and in 1970 formed the Mediterranean Shipping Company, or MSC. In 1988, MSC Cruises was born, and with their European pedigree, these ships are built not only to impress, but also to embrace true multi-generational cruising. Welcome to the Dolce Vita, the good life. MSC Cruises is very family focused and actually one of the few cruise companies who regularly offer big discounts on child fares. With exclusive partnerships with iconic brands like Lego and Kiko, from the moment the children step on board, they're going to be made to feel special. Split into 5 age groups, dedicated and trained staff offer hundreds of different children's activities, including fun-time dinners, discos, karaoke and much, much more. There's also an aquapark, a 4D cinema and access to the latest in gaming. If you've ever been to the Mediterranean, you'll know that food plays a very important role in everyday life. And with MSC Cruises, it's no different. Specially trained chefs produce freshly cooked food from around the world and cater for all dietary requirements, with a buffet open 20 hours a day, 7-course a la carte dinners, and a unique partnership with Italy's best-loved restaurant chain, Italy. Mealtimes with MSC will be the highlight of your cruise. With themed get parties where you're encouraged to dress up, talent shows, dancing competitions and fun and interactive game shows. There's no shortage of choice with MSC Cruises. Each ship also boasts a full-scale West End-style theatre with over 80 original shows to watch, which feature dancers, acrobats and artists from all over the world. From luxurious and spacious suites with memory foam mattresses to cleverly designed super family cabins that sleep up to 6 people. MSC Cruises offer plenty of choice, and whatever you choose, you're guaranteed stylish designer decor, flat-screen TVs, super powerful showers and enough space to stretch out and relax.
Oh, there's our lovely Keith there. What an amazing ship. So we're going to fly you from London to Venice. Manchester is available on selected dates. And you're going to embark this beautiful ship for a 7-night cruise. Where are we going to first? Oh, by the way, actually, let's just enjoy the sail out first.
Yeah, the sail out of Venice is absolutely breathtaking. It's out of this world. I mean, literally, where you got St Mark's Square, you're going to be sailing out of the Grand Canal. You'll see all the gondolas down there, all the little islands. It's definitely worth going outside after your journey, unwinding and just getting into cruise mode. First port of call in Italy is Bari, and this is a beautiful old town, or the old town Baravecchia. Yeah, you've got this lovely just place to ramble around. The cathedral is definitely one of the hot spots. Just lovely sort of a labyrinth of cobbled streets and beautiful roofs there. So really good place to get lost in. Then we're heading off to Olympia. Of course, the Olympic flame just set off.
Of course.
So this is the home of the original Olympics.
I've never been.
Catacolom. Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
So they've still got all the marble starting blocks and everything there. So definitely a place to book a tour. And again, we can do that for you. So instead of having the stress when you're on board the ship of queuing up to book a tour, no, do it before you go on holiday. Then we're off to Santorini. Now, Santorini is the quintessential postcard of Greece. I mean, the beautiful blue rooftops and the whitewashed walls. I mean, it just looks like a yogurt advert, doesn't it? It's one of those. It is, though. It's just you just look at it and you go, because allegedly as well, apparently this is where Atlantis was, because it's in the crater of a volcano. But it really is. It's the place to be seen. Is Santorini. Really fantastic. Then we're off to Athens. Now, this is a big port. You get an overnight on board, and just to see it in the day is one thing, but then to see the Acropolis at night, to have a wander around the city as well, will be absolutely phenomenal. Again, a big day that you want to book tours, because you can't go all that way without actually seeing these fantastic places. You've got to go and get yourself a selfie there. Then we're off to Corfu, and of course, with all the celebrations recently with Her Majesty, of course, it was Prince Philip's birthplace. This is, well, the tavernas that you've got here are just fantastic. There's some lovely little walkways. You can go up to the top and just, the Bella Vista Lookout is definitely one to go to. It's just, I mean, look at the ocean there, the colours. It's just...
I tell you, you do visit some beautiful places with this itinerary, don't you? And we haven't finished yet, have we?
No, we're off to Montenegro now. There's a beautiful picture now. Look at the it's just, there's the ship. You know, that massive cruise ship, thousands of tons, and it looks like a tiny little fishing boat. That's the scale that you've got.
And if you've never been on a cruise, you know, just looking at this one here, you get to see so many beautiful places in just a single week.
Seafood's really good here. They've also got a massive maritime museum as well.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, and also if you do like your cathedrals and churches, then you've got St Trifon's as well that you want to go to. Then you're going to be heading on back to Venice. And again, you know, I'd actually get up, even though you're disembarking, get up and have that sail into Venice, because look at the Adriatic that you've got there. All of those ports of call that you don't usually get when you go into the Mediterranean, because it's so far east, I was going to say, west.
And I tell you what, you're going to get to see all of those spots, because you are going to get a balcony tonight starting at $549. And that, you know, I can honestly say in all the years that I've been presenting the show, to get a balcony at $549 on a ship as beautiful as this, in May, I think is one of the best deals we've ever had. Yeah. Let's just remind you what is included. So you get a free upgrade from an inside to balcony. Return flights from London. We do have flights from Manchester if you go for the 26th of June. And it is incredible. It does work out under £79 per person for balcony. And actually, just to look at the prices, they don't go up a lot, you know. You know, even looking into sort of like the June dates and the late June dates, the difference there only goes from $549 to $649. So that's an amazing deal from MSC. That's really good, isn't it? Yeah.
I was just going to say, let's be realistic about that. That's phenomenal.
Isn't it? I know.
£79 per night on the lead date, and then when you go to 6-4 nights, still, where would you be able to get a hotel with that level of quality, service, entertainment, and the scenery for that price?
And your return flights to Venice as well. I know.
Absolutely superb.
Yeah, we've got a good show, mate.
It is, isn't it? And it's not even finished. We're onto the fourth cruise if you include the one from Len.
Well, that was really good, wasn't it? Len?
Yeah.
Anyway, bit sport for choice tonight. As ever, we just need to take a year out and cruise the world. Now, although I've said been very lucky to, I think I've done 21 cruises, been very, very lucky. But it was only last year that I actually cruised with Princess, and I was so incredibly impressed. I actually went away with a friend for her 50th birthday and had the most incredible time. So now, big fan of Princess Cruises. And this is your chance of having a 14-night cruise. I've just got to give you the saving on this one, because it's not a few pounds, it's £1,180. So that's £1,180 from the brochure price. I had to do that. But anyway, let's take you on board.
Emerald Princess is a Grand Class ship that entered service for Princess Cruises in April 2007. She's one of the largest ships in the Princess fleet. There are nearly 900 balcony staterooms from which to take in a colourful sunrise over the ocean. Leisurely days spent on board in the piazza-style atrium are relaxing and entertaining, with the nearby International Cafe fulfilling your cravings for fresh salads and toasted paninis, or maybe even a glass of milk with fresh cookies. Whether you're getting refreshed with a workout in the fitness centre, or putting your feet up at movies under the stars, your experience on the Emerald Princess is sure to be an unforgettable one. So with so much going on board Emerald Princess, it's a good idea to get some inside information. And who better to ask than the cruise director, Kelvin.
How are you?
Very, very good. Thanks for coming along and talking to us.
Thank you.
Now, you've been, what, 15 years with Princess?
Princess, 15 years. I joined actually the Sun Princess, which is a smaller ship than the Emerald, in 1998.
What can people expect the first time they come on board Emerald Princess?
Well, there's a huge variety. We have singers, we have musicians, instrumentalists, magicians, comedians. Comedians are a big thing with the Brits. They seem to love them. But then, of course, we have big production shows as well with our singers and dancers. You know, we offer, on this ship in particular, 4 big production shows.
And if someone was cruising on Emerald Princess for the first time, what can they expect?
Well, I think for the first time, I think they've got to open up their mind and, you know, really enjoy everything that the ship has to offer, even try stuff that they may never have tried before, you know, with so many different activities and shows going on. Yeah, they really need to, I think, open up their mind, and I think they'll enjoy everything. Yeah.
Well, exciting time. Yeah, thank you very much, Kelvin.
Pleasure.
Cheers.
Great to have you on board.
Oh, that was John there on board this fabulous Princess ship. So, shall we see where we're going to then?
Yeah. Well, and again, great fact that you're actually sailing from Southampton. It's, you know, it's a
Nice
great
and
way
easy.
to see. Yeah, no flying, and of course, take as much as you like. That's the great thing.
Well, it does make a difference, you know. A lot of the airlines are so tight on the luggage nowadays, so cruises take as much as you like. So, Southampton, where's our first port?
We're going literally just across the channel to Bruges. Now, this is fantastic. If you just go into the town, you've got this lovely medieval town. You can go around the canals, which is an absolute must. The little barges that take you around, you think, we're never going to get under that bridge. Oh, yes, you are. It's brilliant. And chocolate-wise, oh, it is just paradise. There's cafes and restaurants that just specialise in chocolate. You can have it in liquid form, you can have it in solid form, you can have it in cakes, you can have it in desserts, you can have it in savouries, you can have it in pastries, you can have chocolate coming out your ear rolls. It's just...
You like chocolate, don't you? I can tell.
Oh, cheers, thanks. But apart from that, if you want to go a little bit further afield, then of course you can go across to some of the landing beaches. You've got Flanders Fields as well. The Church of Our Lady is on top of that. And of course, don't forget that you've got 125 breweries.
I was going to say some nice
in
beers,
the local area.
Some nice beers.
Just I've got to say this: if it's in a tall glass and there's not much of it, it's going to be blinking strong. So just go careful on that. Then you've got a nice relaxing day at sea as we go on up to Copenhagen. This is absolutely superb. You've got to get off the ship. You've got to have a little bit of a wander. When you get off the ship, you can wander past the Little Mermaid. Which is a tribute to Hans Christian Andersen. There's this lovely little mermaid just with some fountains around. You'll probably get there and you'll see it and you go, is that it? You've got to go and see it though. You've got to go and do it. There's some fantastic sights to be seen as well. And Tivoli Gardens is an absolute must. You've got to go there in the day. There's some interesting museums as well if you like things that are a bit quirky, shall we say. Then we've got another relaxing day at sea, and we're off to Stockholm. Now, this is the capital of Scandinavia. Of course, this is actually the home of the world's first ice bar. Kept at a nice balmy 23 degrees below. Everything's made out of ice, but this is also, of course, Viking stronghold country. There's some fantastic museums with long ships here, so if you want to go and see some of the Viking culture, then you can do. Then we're off to one of my favourite ports of call of this part of the world, Tallinn in Estonia. I absolutely love this place. Very good friend of mine is actually married to an Estonian girl, and I was lucky enough to be his best man, and we actually had the wedding in the town hall. Now, you probably think that this is, oh, he's a bit fancy. Actually, it was just beautiful. In fact, we're going to see it right now. You've got the town hall and the square. It's absolutely stunning. The market stalls are brilliant. But here's a little handy tip. Go down some of the side streets because the bars and the restaurants tend to be a little bit cheaper, but if you like people watching, it's good. Also, this is one of the flower markets as you walk up into the old town, and then, of course, I do believe that's St Mary's Church up at the top. The church is a little bit of a steep walk up, but well worth the view. And again, if you like things that are quirky, there's a Depeche Mode-themed bar up at the top. I don't know where it's still... Yeah, Depeche Mode.
I just love Depeche Mode,
yeah, they're really into the sort of, you know, dark sort of, yeah... moody music. So anyway, then we go from Tallinn up to St. Petersburg. Now, you've actually got an overnight here, so you're going to get chance in the daytime to go to the Hermitage. You've got to do it. You will never see every exhibit in the Hermitage because I think it was the second largest collection on the face of the planet. It's unbelievable what they've got there. But you've got to go to the Church of Spilt Blood. You've got to have a wander around the markets. The markets are fantastic because you can get the little babushka dolls, you know, the little Russian dolls, but you can get some great stuff. I mean, there's like the, you know, the old submarine hats, the sort of fluffy Russian hats that, you know, you go to Russia, you've got to bring one back. But in the evening, you've got to go to the ballet. It doesn't matter whether you're into your arts, it doesn't matter whether you're into dance, you've got to go because you're in Russia. And I tell you what, guys, if you're not that keen on it, dress yourself up in your dicky bow and you'll feel like Bond. It's just fantastic.
I tell you what, I mean, I've never been to this part of the world, but I just can't wait to visit. And as Justin said, you are overnight, you can really explore St. Petersburg and see it at its best. From there, over to Helsinki, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is the daughter of the Baltic, where you've got these fantastic buildings, neoclassical architecture and design, fantastic fish, and really bizarrely, glass. They love glass up here. Yeah, I tell you what, there's one street that I remember, not down. There's a lot of ferries coming in and out of here. When you walk down there, it's like there's no prices in any of the windows. It's that expensive. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Nice relaxing day at sea, and then a port I haven't actually been into, and this is nice to include on the itinerary. You're actually going into Poland. You're going into Gdansk. Now this you've got the old town. I mean, just look at the rooftops. You can tell that again. This is somewhere where you just have a wander around. You can go to Solidarity Square. You can go to the castle as well, the Malbork Castle, and also. There's Europe's longest wooden pier, which is sort of like the charming side of the resort. So, you know, where we've got Blackpool with our tower, they've got this wooden pier. It's
nothing wrong with Blackpool.
Nothing wrong,
no.
aye. But you've got to go out there and get some photographs. So,
it looks fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then you're going to be back to Southampton.
Yeah, a couple of final days at sea. Do you know, sometimes, I mean, the days at sea with Princess, they will be absolutely wonderful, promise you. And then back to Southampton. So just to remind you what's included, I mean, I think you'll agree. First of all, the price is incredible. This is better than half price tonight. You're actually saving a huge £1,180 off the brochure price. So this originally was over £2,000. I mean, you are looking at 2 weeks with Princess, a really premium brand. You can also, now this will save you money actually, because you could have spent the night in the Meon Valley as well. But price-wise, $849 is the starting price for the interior, and $879 for the 9th of July. That's really good for July, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now, we've got a celebrity cruise coming up next, but we are going to go back to the phone lines. Looks like Glenn can't get enough of us tonight, can he?
It must be busy.
It must be. Glenn, are you there? Are you back?
Another celebrity tea caller, I think that's what we call it, Sean.
How's the river cruise doing? Is that selling well?
It is going absolutely mental in here. So they've just built an extension on the back of the ship. They need more cabins.
So the river cruise is selling really quickly.
Yep, and we've just got another quick deal coming from P&O. It's back to the ocean cruises on here.
Right.
Little cheeky one that's just come in, 30th of October this year, 2016. 12-nighter from Southampton, going down to Ibiza, Spain and Portugal from Southampton. Inside cabin is just $589 per person.
Wow,
or you can go up to the balcony for $829 for 12 nights. Also got one of the celebrity chefs on there as well. Ata Kucha is also on board as well, so you can try his really nice restaurant.
Because of that, it's excellent for 12 nights, isn't it?
Really, really good value on that one. So, yeah, it's about £60 a night if you do the inside, so it's really, really good value.
God. And Glenn, we gather Planet Cruise won some, more awards last night as well.
We did, yeah, more awards. The trophy cabinet is getting nearly as big as West Ham's are going to be next year. So Planet Cruise came in the top 3 for Best Call Centres and Best Cruise Agency. This is voted by the TTG. And also Planet has been voted Travel Employer of the Year. So we're very, very proud of those awards, and we won those over the last couple of days.
Congratulations to the whole team.
Thank you very much.
Glenn, thank you so much. You open till 11 o'clock tonight, is that right?
Yeah, open till 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight, and we're also back in the morning at 8 o'clock. So, you know, call in as quick as we can, and we'll get them booked for you.
Oh, and are you with us next week or the week after, Glenn?
I think I'm in a couple of weeks' time, yes. So, yeah, I'll see you then. We'll have a chat.
All right, lovely. Thank you, Glenn. Wow.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
God, such good deals tonight, aren't they?
And to have a celebrity chef on board as well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
P&O really do know how to do Indian food with their obviously links with India historically,
of course,
and like the curry nights they used to do, but then Atoll Couture as well. To have that's a really, really good cruise.
And the price is starting there under £600 now for 12 nights. The next cruise is with Celebrity Cruises, a company that I know an awful lot about. I've actually been privileged to be on 5 Celebrity Cruises now. And actually, my favourite cruise is around the Caribbean with Celebrity. You're going to go away for 2 weeks with this one, and we're going to tell you about the wonderful makeover that this ship is having. So here's a little clip of film. We're actually going to be showing you the sister ship right now. You'll be on board the Celebrity Summit. This is Infinity's sister ship. But the ships are going through big makeovers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going from Millennium class up to Solstice class, and if you're not a regular cruiser with Celebrity and you're thinking, well, what does that mean? They're spending $30 million refurbishing over the next 3 years.
Really?
And you know what? Their ships look superb. And they're going to be upgraded. The restaurants that you've got on board, the Aqua Class staterooms, Cellar Masters, wine as well. And certainly, I don't know whether Ruth from Celebrity is watching this evening. You know, it is that modern luxury.
It is. It's 5-star modern luxury.
But
at its
do you know
best.
what, for me, it's that whole real grass up on top. They've actually got a lawn, half an acre. Of lawn up on the top deck, absolutely superb. Anyway,
we'll tell you more about the ship, but this is an exclusive offer, and it's a 50-night Southern Caribbean cruise from San Juan. So we fly there first of all, and then you're back this gorgeous ship for 14 nights. Where are we going first of all, then?
Well, you're embarking in San Juan. You'll actually get a chance halfway through the cruise to actually have a full day here.
Oh,
so
yes,
we'll move on. We're going to the Virgin Islands, which is just superb. I mean, look at these unsport beaches. You have just got to just spend a day on the beach. Don't do now. This is the way in which you just got to break in to doing nothing. I know it sounds hard. Then you've got relaxing day at sea, and then you're into Martinique. Now, Martinique itself, a very, very small port, but the great thing about it is this is where the jet set go. This is very much the place to be seen. So definitely if you want to dress up and if you want to have a little bit of a wander around, a little bit of a colonial feel to it, as you can see with some of the architecture and some of the gardens. Not your stereotypical Caribbean island, which is quite nice. Then we're off to Rosso, but one thing I've got to say here is onto our next port.
You're not moving us on.
I was going to move on to St Thomas. St Kitts is probably the Champagne Beach. The reason why it's called Champagne Beach is because there's these tiny little bubbles that come up through the sand. So you've got to go snorkeling. That's why they call it Champagne Beach. Anyway, this is Port Zante that you just saw there in St Kitts. Fantastic marketplace that you've got there. Some really good outdoor activities as well. Just make sure you check all of your insurance. But all of your activities, things like quad biking, zip lining, all of the rainforest, you can go and do that in St Kitts. Definitely want to have a little bit of a wander around town and definitely do a tour. Then we're going to go into St Thomas. Got there eventually. Now, St Thomas, this is very Americanised. This is luxury, and this is every amenity that you can imagine. Fantastic quality. The shops here, you're going to come back with all of your designer brands at unbelievably low dollar prices, and your jewellery as well. So duty-free is fantastic.
And the most beautiful beaches as well.
Yes, some good beaches. And I tell you what, sailing out of there is probably, I mean, that image is there. I've got one image that I took of St Thomas, and it's probably one of the most beautiful sunsets that you could ever imagine. So, really nice place. Then we get halfway into the cruise, and this is where you actually go back to San Juan. All I would say is, again, big shopping centre here, the Plaza de Americas. So go down to there, do your shopping, or you can go up into the old town, which has got some of the factory outlets as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's some really good places to go in San Juan. Then you have a nice relaxing day at sea before Barbados. I'm telling you, you're going to need a day at sea before this, because the beaches are fantastic. This is not where you're going to be relaxing on the beach, though. No, this is where your steel drums are going to be playing. This is where you're going to have your cocktail in your hand. You're going to be boogieing. See, I'm even doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm loving
You're missing Justin's dancing here. Yeah? We'll show that in a few moments.
Bridgetown's fantastic, though. I mean,
Yeah,
you've got Sandy Lane. You've got to go to the boatyard. Anybody that works on a ship is going to absolutely kill me when I say about going to the boatyard, because it's the hidden gem. You've got to go to the boatyard. Then we're off to St Lucia. Now, of course, St Lucia famous for the pitons. The beautiful mountains. You can go up into the mountains itself. Some good beaches in the north of the island if you want to get to Pigeon Point or Spinnakers. And also you've got Marigot Bay here as well, a lovely resort called Discovery. And in Marigot Bay, this is where they filmed the original Dr. Dolittle with Rex Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, then we're off to Antigua. 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. Need I say any more? Then we're off to St Martin. Again, very much since St Thomas, you've got fantastic facilities. This is a Dutch and French island, so it's an interesting combination. But you've got the main street that goes through there. One thing to do is go on one of the boat tours. You can go, you know, the America's Cups, where they race the yachts. You can actually race against 2 yachts, 2 groups of you, so you can book, and actually you don't have to worry about knowing how to sail. They teach you how to do it.
Very nice.
Great experience. Then you're going to come back into St Thomas, and then back into San Juan. This really is one of those cruises where you've got all of those islands to do, and because you get to do St Thomas and you get to do San Juan twice, you've just got that time to pick and choose.
Well, I tell you what, I couldn't recommend a better cruise around the Caribbean with Celebrity. Now, this is actually a new exclusive package. Celebrity and Planet Cruise work very, very closely together, so they've given us a new exclusive package tonight. If you go for the ocean view or above, and I would really recommend that, you will get the free Classics drinks package. We'll show you what's on that in a few moments, but it's a really good drinks package. Return flights based from London Gatwick, and if you wanted to add an extra 3 nights in a 4-star hotel in San Juan, you can do that from only £199 per person. That's based on the 3rd of December day. Now, the Classic Drinks package, it's one of the best at sea. It's the one that I always have with Celebrity. First of all, you've got beautiful specialty teas and coffees. You've got selected beers, spirits, wines. A lot of the spirits are big brands that you'll know and love. You've got a wide selection of alcoholic beverages in the specialty bars and restaurants, and you'll also get a discount on all wines by the bottle as well. And if you work out what that package would be worth over 2 weeks, it is definitely worth going for the Ocean View, because you'll get that included. Price-wise, the prices start for the interior at $1,479, but you can upgrade to an Ocean View for a few £100s more and get that amazing drinks package. We've already sold out some of the balcony dates, just to let you know, so it is selling very, very quickly, this one. And again, we just can't emphasise enough how beautiful the Celebrity ships are. The refurbishment, we were looking online earlier, there's some videos on YouTube, and they're going to have this beautiful rooftop terrace, aren't they?
Well, they've got the terrace, and they've got this lovely cinema screen where you can go out there, but it's just the lights and
amazing.
just the little tables. It really is. Go online and have a little bit of a look.
So you'll see that was the Celebrity Summit going through a massive makeover, but you can see all of that online as well. She's going to be even more beautiful. We need one of those, don't we?
Yeah. I'll join you, I don't mind. I'll go anywhere.
Now, we're going to move on to Royal Caribbean next, and this is a fantastic 14-night cruise on a great ship, the one and only Independence of the Seas. Do you want to have a look at her? Here she is. So, actually, this is the sister ship, but identical. This is the Freedom of the Seas, but they are sister ships. When it comes to Royal Caribbean, there's always something to do, isn't there?
Well, yeah, straight away you've got a fantastic flow rider, the surf simulator, you've got the climbing wall on there, you've got the Royal Promenade, fantastic kids clubs and activities for all ranges of ages, right from the little ones right up to the teenagers as well. So full programme, so great for families, but also great for grown-ups as well. The food is fantastic. You've got the sports bar with private karaoke booths. I think that'll be me. I'll be down there.
Are you really good?
Yeah, I can hold a tune. And then there's the jazz clubs as well. I think I'm probably a little bit more of a jazz crooner.
But I tell you could never ever be bored with Royal Caribbean. And you don't have to do all those activities. You can, if you want to, just chill and relax. But again, this is a no-fly cruise. So it's from Southampton. 2 days to really explore the ship. And honestly, the Independence, she's a buzzing ship. There's so much happening. But we're making our way over to Gibraltar.
My first ever port of call.
Really?
And it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You walk up the main high street and you go, hang on, this is a bit familiar. And there's the red telephone boxes, and it just feels like home. Of course, the Rock, you know, is iconic. Go up there and go and see the monkeys. Just don't feed them because they will literally take anything and everything from you. But you've got to go and see them because they're cute.
So they're cheeky monkeys.
Yeah. Also, there's some really good duty-free shops just as you go into the main square underneath the archway. Underneath the arches. Anyway.
Yeah, you can tell he's a great singer.
That was more of a pub singer. Anyway, we've got a day at sea and then we're into Nice, which is nice. It's only just a short trip along to Monaco. You can actually do it by bus or you can do it by train, so if you're feeling a little bit adventurous. But to be honest, Nice, you've got these lovely little cobbled streets. This is actually a place that I didn't actually discover cruising. This was actually went on holiday to Villefranche, because we loved it so much when we were cruising, and we discovered Nice. We couldn't believe what we were missing. It's really, really fantastic. Now, we're off to our next port of call, which is a biggie. Here is where you do need to plan and you need to book your tours, because, of course, it is Civitavecchia, which is the port of call for Rome. You've got to go and see the Vatican City, the Trevi Fountain. You've got to go and see the Spanish Steps, the Colosseum. You've got to go and see all of these icons, and you can do it in a day. But just plan it, excuse the pun, well in advance. But it definitely is worth going to see these fantastic sites. And Spanish Steps, I just see the old Mini Coopers coming down there from the Italian job. Anyway.
But it's an amazing city, isn't it?
It really is, really is. Then we're off to another amazing city, which is Florence. You're actually going to be going into Livorno, which in itself, the actual port is actually a fantastic shopping port, but you want to go a little bit further afield, you want to go and see the Ponte Vecchio Bridge. There's some lovely little jewellers there, and perhaps if you sit next to the banks of the river and have a little fernet branca, then it's one of those little aperitifs.
Oh, is it? I was lost there. Thinking, what's that?
Anyway, look at what a fernet branca is. Then, if you wanted to, you can go and see the Leaning Tower as well. It's definitely worthwhile going doing it. Again, it's one of those places that you want to book a tour in advance because you can't go all that way without seeing it. Then we're off to Marseille. Now, this is a fantastic, really interesting port. You've got this lovely little harbour. You've got this African influence with the little markets. You've also got fantastic yachts. You know, it's just one of those places that you can sit on the banks and just have a really nice lunch and just look out. Big maritime history there as well. Day at sea, and then we're into one of the most, well, this is the essence of Spain. This is Andalusia and Malaga. This is, the home to Picasso and Antonio Banderas.
Of course.
Remember Antonio?
Of course, yeah.
Yes. You've got to go and see some of the culture here. And one of the places you've got to go is La Malgueta, which is the bull ring. Whether you want to go and see the actual bullfights or not, but you've got to go and see it. It's like, you've got to go and see a flamenco dance, haven't you? And that is the tapas there. Oh, I'm telling you now, you know, we have tapas bars over here. It doesn't come close. You want to try that. Anyway, then we're into Lisbon, one of my favourite ports of call. You actually pull in right underneath this bridge that looks like the San Francisco Bridge, but this is actually the 25th of April bridge, named after a revolution. There's a lovely Christ the Redeemer statue on the other side, which is actually linked to the one in Rio. And this is one of my favourite little places to wander along the banks to. If you actually go from the ship where the bridge is, you can go down to that little tower, which is called the Belém Tower. En route, you've got some lovely little restaurants and bars, and then you can call at the Monument of Discoveries, where all the explorers left. There's this wonderful monument. There you go.
There you go.
See the bridge? That's where the ships actually dock. And then you come down to the Monument of Discoveries, and then a little bit further down, then you've got the Belém Tower.
A final couple of days at sea, and then back to Southampton. And just to remind, this is actually one of my favourite ships, the Independence of the Seas. I love the Royal Promenade. I love the fact that there's so much to do. You don't have to. I mean, I have done all the sporting activities, but now I'm a bit older. I just probably watch other people doing them.
Flow rider, no.
But just to remind you, we've got an amazing price tonight for 2 weeks, $849. Now, if you go for the 13th of August, you will get an upgrade from Ocean View to balcony. And we have a very, very good relationship with the Meon Valley Marriott in Southampton, which means that you can actually stay there the night before, so take all the stress out of, you know, travelling on the day, from only £89 per person. If you do that, you will get parking and port transfers for the whole 2 weeks. So if you work out the value of that alone, it is incredible. And we've got huge savings this Tuesday, saving £570 off the brochure price. Imagine, obviously, because we are the biggest live cruise show on the TV, we do get some amazing offers every single week. So the price that starts at just $829 for the interior. So starting at a price of $829 on the interior, and we've actually got ocean view, balcony and suites available. I just checked, so the $829 prices might have gone, but we've still got some $849 prices. Some of the $829s might have already gone tonight, but if not, $849.
Glenn will point you in the right direction.
He certainly will. He certainly will. Right. Relax. Because Justin's got some amazing pronunciations.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fact that, you know, you've got a really lovely small cruise ship,
well,
intimate experience, seeing pandas, seeing the Terracotta Army. But no, you just want to hear my pronunciations.
I tell you what, no, seriously, this I do want you to relax, because we have got the most incredible river cruise to finish with. But this is a journey of a lifetime, isn't it?
It really is. You know, sometimes when you want to tick the list, I mean, you're going to see the Great Wall of China, you're going to see pandas, you're going to see a culture that you may not ever get to experience ever again. And the way in which you're doing this is on a river cruise. People, if you cruise, if you've done the Med, if you've done the Caribbean, you've done the Baltic, you've done Alaska, you have got to go on a river cruise. And Viking, this is, I mean, they've started to do ocean cruises, which is fantastic, because their product, as in the river cruise, is exceptional. And when all of the tours are included, you know, you've got your Wi-Fi included as well. The experience on the ship as well. You're only talking a couple of hundred instead of a couple of thousand people, and you're literally on the banks of the Yangtze.
Well, I know last time we bought this, it was a TV bestseller. So yes, let's give you a little taster.
We've got to convert you, haven't we? And I'm telling you now...
Listen, I'd love to do this one.
I'm telling you now, the river cruises really do. Last week, it was one of our most popular. Now,
it starts off with a flight to Shanghai.
Yeah.
And we're here for 2 nights in a hand-picked hotel, first of all, aren't we?
Yeah, and the great thing is you're actually going to have dinner at a local restaurant. You're also going to see a fantastic show there as well, which is the Shanghai Acrobatic Troupe. As well. So you get all of this included. What a fantastic way to start your cruise on holiday, 2 days in Shanghai. Then you're actually going to transfer from the hotel to the airport and fly to Wuhan. Now, this is where you get a museum visit included. And this is the great thing, that, you know, all of your tours are included. So all of these wonderful places like the Yellow Crane Tower, you're going to get a chance to go and experience that as well. And with this one, you know, the fact that you're going to have an overnight on board, do you know, there's one thing about a port in the day, but at night it completely transforms. And you can imagine the hustle and bustle, it would just be brilliant.
So we're on the Viking Emerald for 6 nights, aren't we?
Yeah, and of course, just to go back to this port, this is actually known as the Chicago of China. This is it borders three areas, and it's very much a transport hub. So there is a hustle and bustle about it.
Very nice.
So you know, really busy port. But just take a look at the ship. When I was saying to you about the very small, intimate experience, you know, you've got that fantastic ship. You've got literally just a few metres, and you're seeing these breathtaking statues and just a world that you've probably never experienced. Then we're actually going to be heading over to Jinzhou. Now, this is where you've got 800 tombs, 18 of which are actually kings. So a fantastic port of call. Really good to go there for the Dragon Boat Festival as well. If you go there, we have got dates leading from the 20th of August, but if you go there in either spring or late autumn, they have the Dragon Boat Festival, the May Day Festival. That's one of the biggest ones there. Anyway, then we're off to the Three Gorges Dam, and this is where you get chance to see, well, amazing engineering. You know, if you enjoy days like the Panama Canal or the Suez or transiting different passages, then this is going to be fantastic for you. Then we're off to the Lesser Three Gorges as well. Completely different feel to it. Then we're off to Shabazai. Now, Shabazai, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. There's a beautiful temple. Take a look at this temple. The higher that you climb, the more likely you're going to get your wish. I'm going to be on the top there. I'm telling you now. But I love this wonderful wisdom and culture that you're getting. And you've got to go and do these things. You know, it's one thing when you go on a cruise ship, you've been to the Mediterranean, you've been to the port before, look at these places and the tours that are included to take you there as well. Then we're off to Chongqing. You're actually going to get off the ship here and go to see, wait for it, the pandas. Look at that. And
I just want to hug them.
Hang on, have you seen that clip of the little baby panda that sneezes and scares the life out of the mother? Yeah. Viewers, if you haven't seen it, you've got to just YouTube it, Google it. But bear in mind, you know, this is an incredible opportunity to see a species that is so rare. I mean, you know, just amazing. Anyway, then we're actually going to be transferring to the airport and flying to Xi'an. Now, this is a 2-night stay. Sorry, I did get my pronunciation wrong there. Xi'an. Xi'an. And this is where you're going to go and see the terracotta warriors. Now, this has probably got to be one of the most, well, wonderful opportunities in the world. And that tour is included as well. Once you've finished, you're going to be flying from Xi'an back to Beijing. And wait for it, you're going to go and see the Great Wall of China. Now, the Great Wall of China can be seen from space. You can see some of the better parts of the preserved wall here. And just to say that you've been there, you know, it's just a tip. It's like, you want to go to see the pyramids? Yeah, done. You want to go and see the Great Wall of China? Then this is definitely the cruise.
You wouldn't want to rush that experience, so you're actually there for 3 nights, aren't you?
Yeah, but, you know, all of those tours included. And the fact that you're going to get to see this wonderful city at night as well. You know, you've got the Great Wall of China that dates back thousands of years, and then you've got modern metropolis that you've probably got some of the most, you know, up-to-date cities in the world. It just is just simply breathtaking.
And I think what is so nice about this trip, every part of it has been organised through Planet Cruise. So you don't have to worry about the flights, the hotels, the transfers. The Viking River Cruise, everything is done for you, isn't it?
And whilst you're in Beijing as well, not forgetting Tiananmen Square and the Forbidden City as well, so you get a chance to actually go out and explore that. And the fact that all of the tours that I've mentioned, the pandas, the Terracotta Army, the Great Wall of China, Tiananmen Square, all of that is included. Your overnights in the hotels, it's just superb.
Well, the price tonight is 2,389. You're actually getting a saving of up to £1,000 off the brochure price. And just, am I right in saying that anyone that's actually cruised with Viking before, they get an extra £100 off, don't they?
Yes, they get that extra discount. And this is the great thing that you know, that we do get exclusive deals that some of the cruise lines don't get because we are top agent. And especially with river cruising, this is an emerging market. We are a specialist at Planet Cruise, and that's why we're bringing these fantastic deals.
Well, so much there. And just to remind you of what's included on the river cruise part of this, it's a 6-day river cruise in a veranda stateroom. You've got the 2 nights in Shanghai and Xi'an there, and 3 nights in Beijing. You get to visit the pandas, of course, as well. We talk about seeing the Great Wall of China, Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, the Terracotta Warriors, and you'll also get all of your complimentary wine, beer and soft drinks on board with dinner and lunch. And regional flights, got to mention that, from 11 UK airports as well.
This is the great thing, you know, phone Planet, and we can do it for you. Sometimes there are supplements, but instead of, you know, starting the holiday by having a long journey, do it the way you want to do it.
I'll tell you what, I know these always sell very quickly. It was a former TV bestseller, but we have currently got dates from March all the way through to October. Wow, what a show. I need to book myself a cruise after that. But let's we start off with Thomson, an absolute favourite on the show always. And this actually, don't forget, the first time that that Justin and I have seen a cruise to the Fjords from Newcastle, and you actually get a free upgrade to all-inclusive on this one. It's new for summer 2017, and also all your tips and service charges are included. If you've never visited the Fjords, it's one of my favourite places in the world. They are magical, they're spectacular, and you will come back so relaxed, I promise you. Then we moved on to MSC, again, one of the best prices I think we've ever seen for a balcony. Yet the balcony price tonight, because you get a free upgrade, starts at $549. I think it works out less than £79 per person per night. And it's a beautiful 7-night Greek Isles cruise from Venice there as well. And we've even got Manchester flights from the 26th of June as well. Then we moved on to Princess. Now this is a deal that is better than half price tonight. The original price looks like it was over £2,000. You're saving $1,180 tonight. My advice, because it's a 2-week cruise, if you want to spend the night before in the Meon Valley Marriott, we can arrange that for you from just £89 a person, and you would get free parking. Anyone that's ever done a cruise before, you know, parking for 2 weeks, that's worth an awful lot of money. You'll even get that lovely overnight on board in St. Petersburg as well. Then an absolutely outstanding cruise with Celebrity. You're going to see the very, very best of the Caribbean. It's a new exclusive package just available right now. If you go for the Ocean View, you'll get a free classic drinks package. Again, if you work out the value of that over the 2 weeks, it's worth an awful lot of money. Return flights based on London Gatwick, and if you wanted to spend some extra nights in San Juan, you can do that from only £199 per person. That is an amazing price for Celebrity. And the ship's just having a big, big makeover.
Yeah, literally just in March, and it was a $30 million refit.
Wow.
Some fantastic terrace areas and some really nice additions, making it near enough Solstice class.
She is going to be prettier than ever. And then we moved on to Royal Caribbean. A lovely ship, actually, this one. It is the fantastic Independence of the Seas. 849, and it's a 14-night Gibraltar, France, Italy and Portugal cruise from Southampton, and saving £570 off the brochure price. We have got some upgrades there on the 13th of August. And then finally, which is summer holidays, of course, for most of us. And then finally, last but by no means least, this amazing Viking river cruise on board the Viking Emerald. And just, I mean, when you look at everywhere that you're visiting and all of the tours, that works out fantastic value, doesn't it?
I was going to say, you know, if you actually look at the price and you're not used to river cruising before, you're going to be thinking, well, we've had deals for under £500, £79 a night. That's a lot of money. But that's everything, and a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Pandas, Great Wall of China, all of that included in that price.
And all the hotel stays and flights and transfers as well. Now, we are sadly out of time. We will be back with you, of course, next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And what was your favourite? I said hard question, isn't it?
Well, we've still got the other two little hot picks as well that Glenn phoned in. If you fancy a secret cruise on a river cruise, give them a call. 29th of July, 7 nights from Nuremberg. We can't tell you anything else. Phone up and find out.
Well, the price was £800, wasn't it? For
yeah, under £800. And then a fantastic P&O deal down to Ibiza and to Portugal for another fantastic low price.
Even if you've just got questions and queries, give us a call on that free phone number. Justin, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Shall see you next week
again.
We're
back next Tuesday, don't we? And don't go anywhere. But promise us, if you've never cruised before, book your first cruise, because I know you'll absolutely love it. From myself, Sean and Justin, we'll see you next week. Loads more.